Hello, everyone. Welcome to Lunchtime with Anna. I have a very special guest. Actually, I'm a little biased, one of my favorite guests to have on this show. I haven't had him on for a while, but he's going to give you guys some updates. And of course, one of my favorite people in the world, and he knows that. Um, Also, I wanted to remind you guys, Divine Radio will be opening up in full effect on the third year. Yes, that's 3 years of Lunchtime with Anna on 1/1/2022. So if you'd like to put on your show, or if there's just anything that you, music or anything that you'd like to put on, let me know. But anyway, now let's go to the man of the hour. Hang on. Hey, hey.
Hey.
Y'all, this is, and he knows it. We get along so well. Um, we had to talk for like an hour before even starting this, right? So, I just, I love what he does. Tell him what you do for the ones that don't know you.
Hey,
FM.
how y'all doing? I'm FM. I catch pedophiles out here in New York City or in any other state I'm at. So when I try to get these dudes locked up and convicted, so that's my goal.
Okay, so I'm gonna ask you. You don't have to talk about the new ones. Out of the past ones, who
Right?
was your favorite catch and why?
My favorite catch and why?
Not out of these
Wow.
recent ones that we haven't interviewed on. It's got to be from the last time I interviewed to now. Yeah, to like the back past or whatever.
Oh wow. Oh wow. Okay. Angel Silva.
What did he do?
Angel Silva. He tried to invite a 14-year-old little boy over to his house. He was on the sex registry in '95 for trying to hook up with a teenager. A matter of fact, yeah, he did hook up with a teenager because he was on the sex registry. So, yeah, that video, wow, I broke him down like if we was. I felt like a detective breaking him down. That I broke him down so bad he asked for a lawyer.
I think I remember that one. I think
Yes,
I
it was in his doorway. You remember that? I was in the doorway.
Yes, yes. It took
Yeah.
me a second because I'm really bad with the names. The only one I really remember is Mikey because it was just your sarcasm.
Oh, Mikey's still my
You're
favorite.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Mikey's still my favorite, but like for interview wise, like getting these dudes to really sit there, confess and admit and call somebody. Then the cops come. I mean, it was amazing to me.
Yeah,
When I looked at it, I didn't see myself. I looked at it like somebody else doing an interview, and I was like, "Holy snap!
I'm
This dude
good.
ripped up a new one." Like, yeah, I don't want to be conceited, but I mean, there's a lot of people that do what I do, as you can see, because
Mhm,
you've been in the community, you've seen it,
mhm,
and
mhm.
there's a lot of dudes that don't take what I do serious. There's dudes that are just top notch too, as just good as me or better. But when it comes down to breaking somebody down mentally, I'm one of the best, honestly. Like I can't
You
say it. Like
really are.
I appreciate that.
You really are. That's why he's one of my favorite. He's my children's favorite. When when they when they hear like earlier, my 18-year-old adult
Right?
child was like um looking at me like I want to say hi. I want to say hi because they love FM. I love FM. I mean, what he does in his sarcasm. Another one of my favorite, you have so many that were really good. Your sarcasm just, I mean, I think that's what makes it even better. Like, come on. And then just, the one where it was, I think that was one of the last interviews that we did on the last update,
Right?
where it was you were the decoy that was a 14-year-old, and there was two guys actually trying to bring you into their apartment, and you actually got in.
Oh
I'm like,
yes.
you're crazy.
Yeah, they were down with it. They were both down with it. I mean,
And he
I
was
was
trying to act
ready.
like me.
Yo,
Yeah,
right? That's the thumbnail. Me? Yo, I was
me.
ready that day though. Like I knew I was in danger. I could
Yeah,
have been in mad danger. I advise
absolutely.
anybody, man, like, don't do this.
Mhm.
I mean, you can do what you
Don't be
want,
as bold
but
as
do
me.
be smart about it. Be smart. To me, I put my life on the line, and it is what it is. I'll die for the cause, but I know how to protect myself too. I've been in, I'm at that. I almost seen God a couple of times, so to me, it's natural. I'm with it. You know, because
Yeah.
I'm gonna die doing what I love doing. So it is what it is. But I advise people to don't do what we do, man. try to learn from what we do.
How long, if I may ask, FM, how long have you been doing this?
Oh, Anna, wow, like what? It's gonna be 2 years.
It seems like it's so much longer. He has so many catches, guys. It's almost
Yeah,
like, and then they keep falling for the same trap. Like it's almost ridiculous because I'm like,
it's
that was
it's crazy. It's
easy.
mind blowing, right?
Yes, yes. And that was just easy because, and to think, like some of these people, in case you guys didn't know, you were in Jersey, Atlantic City, right?
Yes, yes.
Tell them about that catch. That was another one of my favorite, besides Mikey. Mikey's everybody's favorite. That's like your stamp. Like that's what got you up there.
Mikey.
Yes,
He
yes,
thought I was a magician.
Mikey.
Oh, poor Mikey. Um, Clifford Horn. Clifford Horn. That's the guy we caught in PA. Yeah. It was me. I was talking to Clifford Horn on a grinder app. He wanted a 14 little boy, and in that process out there, we was in Atlantic City. We was doing a collab. So it was me and Tommy from Colorado Pet Patrol. He's my buddy. He's cool people. Shout out to Tommy. Um, I said, yo, Tommy, I got a catch coming. He was like, all right, bet. I was like, let's go get him. So we see Mr. Clifford Horn coming to the corner. I'm like, that's him. I had to run outside because he started walking away. And I was like, all right, he did not give me his name, Clifford. He gave me Matt.
That's
On
right.
the app, his name was Matt. So when you see my videos, and it's like, hey, Matt, Matt. And he goes, hey. I'm like, Matt, what are you doing, Matt? And that's, the walk of shame came in. I looked at that video over and over.
Mhm.
There's a part in the video, people look at it, when I said, look at her and tell her she's a parrot. He did not want to look at my decoy Emmy. Shout out decoy Emmy. Um, he did not want to look at her. But later we found out he has a daughter that age, around the same age as, real life, a wife, He was disgusting. Disgusting. He wanted the
That was
kid,
sicko. And
yeah, yeah.
that's the one that was a detective, correct?
No, he was a corporal in Bucks County,
Corporal.
PA, in Bucks County,
And
Pennsylvania.
yeah, and what did he end up losing his job?
Yeah, he lost his job right now. He's awaiting trial.
Awesome.
Yeah,
Awesome.
because you know how that is when you for people that don't know, when you catch a cop or somebody high authority, like a cop, they investigate every case they did now involving teens, everything. So it's going to be a long investigation. They're going to probably wait to see other victims, if there's victim survivors that come out. So it's a long process when you actually catch somebody in high authority. So yeah, he's gonna have his day, but you just look him up, Clifford Horn, and you'll get everything on him.
And guys, just so what he's saying is it's a long, tedious process. So now they got to
Yes,
go to, because you never know what happened or
yeah,
what
because
took
he's
place. Or maybe if there was somebody who already said he did this to me and they didn't believe it, because let's tell the truth. A lot of times they cover up each other. It's true, FM.
yeah, definitely. But the prosecutors and their bosses over there in Pennsylvania, They against it. They not playing. They not playing.
That's
Yo,
where
when
you
y'all
need
go
to
look it
move
up,
to. That's
yo,
where
when
you
y'all
need to
look it
move
up, you're
to.
gonna see it. Yeah, I mean, they appreciate the work that we did. So, Atlantic City,
So,
shout out to Atlantic City Police Department. They worked with us. I mean, they worked with us. We made the call. They jumped on the scene, took these creeps' phones, put the bag on them, charged them accordingly, and they all waiting trials. And so shout out to Atlantic City Police Department. I wish every precinct had done the same way they did it. You know, don't waste no
mhm.
time. You know why we there. They opened up their doors for us. I mean, we appreciate them. They waiting for us to come back. So
Awesome.
Tommy knows we coming back. We going back. So people that are new to us channels, just subscribe because I do collaborate with other catchers, and we do what we do best. I only collab with the best. And that's at
And
this. You know.
and you really do. Like I've seen so many of them out there, and I'm just like, no, nobody's like FM. I don't even, you guys.
We
I'm a
all
lot
we all
biased.
have our different we all have our
Yeah,
different ways. I do applaud every catcher, like, because we exposing,
yeah.
even though you're not getting your point. Like there's some catchers just, they be, I don't know, I can't. I'm just happy they exposed. Let's put it like that. That's all, man. I can't knock nobody's style because everybody knocks me, and I'm not everybody's favorite. They're not used to the New York way.
And I think that's why for me it's like, yeah, porque it's one of my Boricua brothers, you know what I'm saying? And I
Right.
know that the way you're coming, that was my dad's sarcasm when he'd be like, "Girl, you're in a world of hurt," when I got in trouble for something and was crossing his hands like this. So his arms like that. So it was one of those things like I could totally see how my dad used to be with me in FM when he's catching them, like that
People don't understand.
sarcasm. Like, yeah, got you.
Imagine like if it was a real kid and you were the
Mhm.
parent, you
Yeah,
approaching this without a cop, and it's imagine you that parent.
yeah,
These people will not be walking away. Let's keep it real.
absolutely,
A real
absolutely,
parent with more, I will go to jail, but this dude, he's gonna be handicapped for the rest of his life. One way or the other,
absolutely,
he gonna be hurting for the rest of his life.
absolutely, absolutely. Now I have to ask, because as many of you guys know, my listening audience, I didn't even air for a month. So now I'm better. So I have to ask what's gone on since we last interview. Update them because they've been asking about FM. They always ask about FM. FM is their favorite. Um, that
I
comes
appreciate
on.
that.
They're biased too. They're
Oh,
biased.
I got a good one for y'all. I mean, y'all gonna like this. I have a few updates actually. Um, I don't know. I know Anna be sharing my stuff and updates on her page consistently. I appreciate that, Anna, and I
Of
appreciate
course.
everybody that follows. But I know Anna been out of the loop, but I got some good ones for Anna. I know she just posted them, and now she's gonna hear about them, and so will y'all. All
Mhm,
right.
mhm,
Since you've been away, I
mhm.
caught three creeps going after a little boy, 14 years old. That's my MO. I always use 14, guys, or I'll use lower, but it's always 14.
Always.
I always use
That's
14.
his key. Like if you watch all his shows, overall, the majority, I think all that I've noticed, he's always a 14-year-old little girl or 14-year-old little boy.
Yes,
Normally. So
yes.
that's true.
Right now, my decoy Emmy, shout out to her. Right now, she's trying to drop the age to 12. You know,
Okay.
she's dropping the ages little by little. She could pass it off. God bless. I got a good team. I got a good support system behind the scenes. Shout out to them. Okay, let's go to the first update. If y'all don't know, if y'all familiar with New York, we call this the MTA, Metro Transit Authority.
Uh-huh.
All right, I caught a a creep called Kenneth Nathan. He was arrested. He was a bus operator for the MTA. He was arrested, booked, and charged. His court date is tomorrow, so I will be going in there tomorrow and see what the judge says to him, and I will give y'all updates on that. But that video's up on my YouTube. I think Anna shared it. This MTA bus driver came out to meet a boy. Before I caught him, I caught three teachers. I mean, two teachers and a school bus driver. Let's start off with the school bus driver. His name is Victor Amante. He was booked and charged. He has two felonies counts. One is they charging them. What is it? I'm gonna tell you. The attempt criminal sex act. That's the first felony, and the second one is attempted indecent materials to a minor. Two felonies. So this is how the Bronx DAs is charging them, which is I love it. Shout out to the Bronx DA. And the next the next person I caught.
Hang
Keep
on,
this in mind.
before you
Okay.
go to that, guys, he
Right.
said this is a school bus driver.
Yeah, this is a school bus driver.
School bus driver, guys.
Yes,
I-
school
I-
bus driver.
It's frustrating. School bus driver.
Keep
Obviously,
saying
was showing
it.
naked pictures that of his genitalia. Obviously,
No,
without
he
being
didn't
there.
actually, but attempted. They use the word attempted. So he
Oh,
did use
okay.
sexual talk in that manner. So I think when they said attempted material, I think that's
Mhm.
also including text wise.
Oh,
So
so
I
it
think
includes text. So, but
yeah.
he
So
would have done it. Say
hmm
you would have been persistent on, yeah.
no, if he would have sent the picture, I think like of his genitals or his black side, I think that would have been an extra charge because his sexual pictures. I
Yeah.
don't know yet. So this is new to the Bronx DA. So we don't have somebody yet with the sexual picture. These are just guys that been smart because he took me off the dating app and moved on to his personal text now on personal phone. But he was arrested November 30th. Remember, keep this in mind, guys. He was arrested November 30th. This is going to come into play in the updates. All right. The next person I have is a preschool teacher. I caught right after I caught Amante, the same a couple of days later. Um, his name is James Durrell. He's being investigated right now. He came out to meet a 14-year-old little boy. He offered money, $200 to meet up with this kid. Um, yeah, he was nasty. He showed his genitals. Um, yeah, he worked in the preschool teacher out here in the South Bronx. We reported him to the school, his the office, and they told me not to go to the law enforcement or anything else. They're gonna handle it. We don't want to spook him because we want to make sure he gets arrested in the school or whatever. Comes out to they lied. They never did that because we try to get an update from them. They said no, he walked away. He quit, which is bullshit. He's just not gonna walk away from his job. So again, they try to sweep it under the rug. But newsflash, you can't hide. We did report him. We said, as if you work with this in any school system, in a DOE, you are mandated reporters.
Mhm.
You have to
Mhm.
report the issue to the uppers.
Yes. Yes.
You have to, have to, have to. So
Mhm.
hopefully, I don't wish bad on nobody, but don't do that, man. You did ugly by trying to cover it up. All right, his day is coming. I'll keep you updated on that. His charges will probably be more. Who knows?
Yeah, that's what it
Because of the
sounds like.
pictures and the offer of money. Who knows?
Now, I have
So
a question.
yes,
I'll say the director, obviously, that's who must have picked up the phone at the preschool, daycare, or whatever. They may get charged as well because that's like even if you work with any type of law enforcement, teachers, medical, you have to report anything
yes,
like that because if you don't, you could lose everything, literally
yes,
everything.
yes, yes. So we reported them to the
Mhm.
uppers, the people that investigate the teachers, and it's called CSI. I mean SCI. My fault. SCI. They
Mhm.
the watchdogs. You probably gonna hear about it in a second because we're gonna do the next update and you're gonna get insight on how they investigate this.
Okay.
Okay, after James Durrell, right? We did
Mhm.
2 videos. The next day
And
we did one.
what
What's
date
up?
was that? That was on the 1st of December, you said, right? Because you said,
No, that was he was caught in September. These guys, I
okay,
exposed them in September,
okay.
and they did investigate. You know, we did a proper investigation. So November 30th, they arrested Victor Monte. The next person is going to be James Durrell. He's still under investigation as well. His
Mhm.
day's coming. This is very close, very very close. Okay, a day later, a day later, I encountered Mister. Keep this name in mind, guys. Assistant Principal Claudio Garcia from Queens Vocational High School out in Long Island City, Queens, New York. For those that don't know, I'm just putting it out there. I'm trying to be very specific because when y'all Google him, y'all will see it. Um, he wanted to meet up with a 14-year-old little boy. Again, you know. Um, yeah, he was nasty too. He was charged and arrested November 30th. You got that? You heard Anna?
So you caught somebody on the 30th that
No, no,
worked with
no.
kids.
I caught him right after I caught James Durrell in September. All these guys I caught was in September. I'm sorry. Let me be more specific. I
Okay.
encountered these men in September.
So they
It's
all got
now
arrested.
they're
Okay.
getting arrested now in domino
Now,
effect.
now, like
Now
Dominic.
remember, remember November 30th was the first arrest, Victor Monte.
Mhm. Mhm.
Guess who
Mhm.
was what? Guess who seen the judge with him the same day? Mr. Claudio Garcia.
Garcia.
Mr. Garcia, the same day, the same
And
prosecutors. He
how
was
was the
charged.
judge?
I don't know. I wasn't there.
Oh man, you should have gone. You
I
should have
know. I know. I know. I
gone.
know. I know. I know. He was charged with the same charges as Victor Monte. Attempted criminal sex act against a minor and criminal indecent materials to a minor. 2 felony charges. The DailyNews.com did a story on Claudio Garcia. They did not mention me. It's pretty cool. I mean, it is what it is, but they did not mention me or the organization. But we know who did it. They did mention me. They said a YouTube channel. They didn't put specifics out there. But it was definitely me. So if y'all really want to hear the story and read the article, go to dailynews.com, type in assistant principal, and his story will pop up, and you will see what the judge said and everything. They are not tolerating this in the school system. They're
Well,
not.
especially in the school system, that's a slap in the face to your oath. You know, it's insulting that,
He's teaching high school kids, 14, 15, 16, 17 years old.
and you're trying to meet with one. So
You,
what have you
that
done in
means
between?
exactly that the fantasy's always been there, number one.
Mm-hmm.
Number two, you know right from wrong. You tell these kids we're internet dangers. Like, are you serious?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Are you serious?
And I want the audience to know, because this is something I hear a lot, and I'm sure FM can vouch to it when I watch, his his catches, right? One thing that they love to say is that this was their first time.
Oh,
I
that's
think
their
it was the
favorite.
first time getting caught, but it
Yes.
wasn't the first time.
You see, as long as I learned, and listened through text,
Mm-hmm.
and you're a woman, a lot of
Mm-hmm.
women, even guys, we could
Mm-hmm.
tell, like, oh, you nasty,
Mm-hmm.
just by a couple
Mm-hmm.
of sentences, you'd be like, oh, hell no, you
Yeah.
like, this guy's a nasty, or this girl's a weirdo, or she's a
Freak,
psycho, or
freak.
he's a
Yeah.
psycho,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
So there's certain keywords, like during our text conversations with these weirdos, that gives away this wasn't their first time. First time getting caught, yes, you know.
Mm-hmm.
There's some that do it out of curiosity. I really believe some do. Very small percentage do it out of curiosity, and they get caught. It ain't my. You still nasty. You still had the tendencies, man. You know right from wrong. There's a line between fantasy and reality. It's all right to fantasize. Go ahead, knock yourself out. Don't make it to reality with a with a child.
Hmm.
With a child, period. You can play out those fantasies with an adult, yes, not with a child. You know.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
So yeah.
Absolutely. It's just really
So
disturbing. It's really
it's
disturbing
it's
that people
disturbing.
even because and you got to think these guys that are married, how does a
They,
wife feel? Especially if you had no idea.
yeah, it's crazy because again when I'm gonna go back to Angel Silva, the repeat offender, basically. Um,
Repeat offender.
yeah, well, he did it again. I mean, he was charged the first time. He was on the registry. Um, this the second time. I'm not a cop now. Like, there's a domino effect. He keep going. Like I said, watch for people to watch that video. They will learn a lot about predators and their
Hmm.
behaviors. Um, I asked him if he watched child porn. He goes, "Yeah, not really. Not really is not an answer." To me, yes. So yes, he did admit to that. His body language is just the way they move. You know, I really want people to watch that video and learn something from it because it shows you how they move and admitted to getting therapy. As you can see, there's no cure. And in the beginning, I was like, yeah,
He
you
used to
probably could
try.
get therapy,
He
but
used to
after a
try.
while, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, no, no, I'm sorry, there isn't any. This is not drugs.
Yeah.
There's help for drugs, for drugs. Yeah, you could beat it, but for this, no, I'm sorry. I'm
Yeah.
sorry for all the non-believers. Watch my videos. Watch any catches videos. We
Hmm.
do get repeat offenders. We do get people that's still on the registry. We get people that just came out of jail first. So there is no cure. I'm sorry, but I'm not sorry to let you know. There is no cure. I'm sorry, but I'm not. There's no cure for this. These men are disgusting,
I agree.
disgusting, and they
The
and
only
they starting
time,
younger and younger. It's disgusting.
yeah, the only time I have any sympathy for somebody who may be registered is if maybe they were 16 and they had a girlfriend that was 14 and the parents
Yeah,
were
of
just being
course.
stupid.
Yeah,
I
it
hate those
sucks.
cases because that wasn't their fault. Really,
You know
they're
what's
having a
messed up?
baby
It's the
since their
parents'
whole
fault.
life.
It's the parents'
Yeah.
fault because right there they could tell them, look, no, can y'all
Yeah,
wait? I really don't want y'all together. That is
absolutely.
the parents' fault. Don't say yeah, 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 bang, bang, bang. Then all of a sudden, I don't like him.
Hmm.
They call the cops on the kid. Come on, you
Hmm.
don't do that.
Yep.
It happened to so many, and there's people
So
that got
many.
set up by young, saying that they've been forcibly touched. It
Yeah.
sucks.
Yeah.
It sucks that there's men out here with records that never did nothing to these kids. It's disgusting. It's messed up. It's messed up.
The
So
system is
those
a
are the ones
joke,
I
I
feel
always
sympathy
say.
for.
Yeah,
Those are the ones I feel
me
sympathy
too.
for.
Me too.
But
Besides that, I
no,
just really, because and the more and more I've watched FM's catches, because he's like the main one that I watch. I've seen, like I said, from time to time might watch one, or if he's collaborating, I'll watch their style when they go on. But what I've noticed is they all say the same thing. It's my first time. I've never
I never
done
did this
anything like this. And
before.
I'm like,
Meanwhile, in the
no,
chat
why
logs,
do
it's
you
like,
all say the
yeah,
same thing?
it's funny because they be like, it's not my first time, but in the chat logs, be like, yeah, I hooked up with a 14, 15-year-old girl before not too long ago.
Mm-hmm.
Then you be like,
Mm-hmm.
you mentioned it, they be like, oh, I just said it to just, to make them feel comfortable. Of course you're gonna say, right, 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 right,
Right.
right. I
Madonna.
get straight to it. I get straight to it. I do not play games.
No.
The DA knows the DA don't got no problems how I question these dudes because there is such thing as bad cop, good cop. I'm that cop. I could switch
Mhm.
gears on you from being nice to being mean. Your worst nightmare. If you don't want to
Absolutely.
cooperate, I will be your worst nightmare. You
He
know.
will too.
Um.
And he's like,
uh,
don't make me yell. You guys have to watch him. He's like, I'm gonna yell.
I put the kid gloves on at that point. We call that put the kid gloves on because, man, how much times you go like this? I told you, Eho. You keep on saying their name over and over and over because they not in tune.
Yeah, yeah. I,
So
I
that's my
agree.
method. That's one of my methods. So when people Like, why you mention their names? When people say that, you don't got kids then.
Mhm. Mhm.
Like you gotta be
Absolutely.
like, the more we repeat
How?
your name, it's for you to feel shamed.
Yeah, yeah. Now I've seen a few times that you've caught some of these predators and they're walking by other people and you're following them and you're like, yo, he was trying to meet with a 14-year-old boy or girl or whatever. Um, he's a pervert, whatever you may say, right? How
Right.
does how do the people like the stand buyers, how do they usually take
Good.
that? Do they
It
side with
depends on,
you or
honestly, it depends on the people walking by. Honestly, it could be, let's say it was reversed and somebody's walking down the block and I'm over here and I'm against it,
Mhm,
and they come
mhm.
and screaming that shit, I'm gonna be like, what? Oh,
Yeah,
somebody's
yeah,
lights might get turned off.
yeah,
For real, somebody's snot box might get rocked. Like he might
yeah,
hit that pavement and get curb stomped. Because we
yeah,
don't tolerate that. As a grown man, morals,
yeah, yeah,
no. No, that's a big no in a lot of communities. Back in the days you'll get lynched, you
yeah,
know?
yeah,
In other
yeah,
countries to this day, you'll get stoned.
absolutely,
Seriously,
absolutely.
they need to implement those
Or
laws out
hung.
here. Seriously,
Yeah,
they need to bring hanging back.
corporal, yeah,
Seriously, yeah.
corporal
I mean,
punishment. Yeah,
again, it depends on the people. This woman, they'd be like, "Oh my god!" Like they be in disgust. Men be like, "What?" Now I just look in the back, like, "Yeah, I don't see it," but I'll be like, I'll shake my head. I'll be like, "I got this." Like, don't worry about that. I'll put my arm out, like, I'm holding them back. Like, don't do it. I got this. But I
yeah,
do it to spread awareness. For them, I want the predators, the creeps, the monsters to feel so uncomfortable and fear. The same way that
absolutely.
kid would have felt the fear of you
Yes,
touching them and violating them,
yes,
sexually assaulting them. I want them to
yes.
feel all of that in one. All
And
of it,
see, that's what I love about your way of doing it, right? Your
Right.
approach towards it, because I almost feel like you're like it's kind of an eye for an eye, right? So
Right.
this is how they would feel. Because, whether people believe it or not, sometimes when people get into this, it's because they've had a situation where somebody did take advantage of them. And for me, it's one of these things of good. I'm glad that you're making them feel how they would have made the baby feel, because that's a baby. I'm sorry, an
It's
18-year-old
true.
to me is a baby. A 21 year
Exactly.
old is a baby,
Still a baby.
So
Exactly. Exactly.
that's like I have friends that they're like, that youngin, and then I'm like, I can't even look at him like that because it's almost like I feel like I'm looking at my children. No, like I don't even look
Exactly.
like that. Like to me, it's
Yeah.
just sick. But that's me. I have no attraction. We would have nothing in common. Somebody who was about
Exactly.
that age, nothing.
That's
What?
exactly what we say, because even the chat logs, if I like music, I mean, if they say they like music, I don't like music. You like
Mm-hmm.
you like jogging? No, I don't. I try to make them feel like we do got nothing in common. We shouldn't be talking at all. Because a kid and an adult, the only interest they could probably have is genre of music and movies. That's about
Yeah.
it. You don't know. These kids don't know nothing about life. What you got
No.
in common with a kid after that?
Yeah.
Seriously, like what do you really have in common? Nothing. You ain't no gym coach. I mean, we can't even compare because some of these men are just everywhere, so it doesn't even matter. I mean, everybody just can't be trusted. It doesn't matter. But again,
Did it, I'm sorry to interrupt you, FM. Did it take a while for the DA to have your back, um, catching these predators
um,
in the
right
Bronx?
right now, since I came back, because I did this last year, and
Mm-hmm.
my other channel, you've seen
Mm-hmm.
all my other catches on my old channel. A
Mm-hmm.
lot of people don't know that I got close to 100 catches. People, like, I'm not new to this. I've been doing this for a long time, but a lot of people
We
don't
have
know
a
that. But the
surprise for
DA,
you guys for next year. But FM and I, we're not going to talk about it yet. We do. We have something really cool coming up for you guys next
yes,
year.
yes, yes, it's gonna
You
happen.
guys
It's
will
gonna happen. But the DA right now, they appreciate my work. They really do.
see.
They're just scared for our safety. I mean, when I say our, I say every catcher,
Mhm.
because we all under microscope. Catchers don't understand this. We are being watched. When we
Absolutely.
doing stuff like this, some people label us as vigilantes,
Yeah.
So we are being watched by the higher uppers, So you're gonna see a lot of people being professional. Professional mean carrying themselves in a well manner, trying to get the information they need, document it, call the cops. Then you're gonna have other catchers just making a mockery of it, which you know what, a lot of survivors happy with that too, because
Yeah.
they want these guys to get shamed to do stupid stuff. And hey, whatever rocks your boat, whatever floats it, it's all good. It's all good. But
It's,
we are being watched, and the DA just like I told the DA, um, that because I'm not Chris Hansen, we don't got a production team,
mhm.
doesn't mean y'all can't make arrests. It doesn't take a production team to get an arrest because they breaking the law. It's a federal and state law. Look at your guidelines. Y'all not educated. Y'all need to
Mhm.
force this. It doesn't have to be a kid involved. Once you make contact with this kid, a fake kid or real kid, through via text, any platform or life, you're done. You're done. You done. You should no longer exist in life. But they appreciate what I do. Um,
I'm
their
glad.
main concern is the safety. But hopefully, as like I said, I try to change the way I do things, make sure these weirdos are safe, because even though they shouldn't be safe, but I'm trying to make a change out here. So I don't want to look like a bully on a videotape, or I'm doing this for cloud or for entertainment.
You do it
No,
for the love. You do it
I
for
do it
the
for the
love.
love, yeah.
I
And they
know you
know that.
do.
They
It
do it. They see
shows.
it. They see it. They
Hmm.
said it. We see your passion in this, but I'm main concern is your safety. And I'm like, the same way you made an oath, I'll make an oath to myself. I'm gonna die doing what I do. I'm gonna be
Absolutely.
happy about it, but I will respect what they say and understand where they come from, and I'll take that into respect because it's all. It
But
is true. It's all
a
about my
little
safety.
consideration, right? Just a little, but you're still gonna do what you do.
Oh yeah, yeah. They're gonna date. Oh, they can't tell me to stop. They just
Right.
want to make sure my safety comes first. And if we're gonna do it, make sure our chat logs is appropriate. We don't reach out first. We don't create predators, meaning I don't send them explicit pictures.
Hmm.
There's a lot of catchers that work that way and talk dirty to these dudes. I don't do that because I want these dudes to get convicted. If we do it the other way, these dudes with a good lawyer will walk away and they will continue to do it. And they just gonna get smarter at it. You just help
Hmm.
them out by doing what you did. With
Yep.
me, we don't talk sexual. We never talk sexual first, I should say, because we could talk back sexual. We could.
Hmm.
We kids, you know. So we try not to. Everything is emoji style. That's our method of answering back.
Yeah.
It's not a clear answer. You take it the way
Yeah.
you want. But because I threw an
Absolutely.
emoji doesn't mean I did it, I want to do it, or nothing. It's just an emoji. You run with it. But our chat logs, God bless Emmy and others that help doing this. They keep it clean. They don't make predators. Yeah, yeah, we're trying to get convictions. So we move differently from other organizations out here.
I
You
love
know,
that. I have one last question for you.
shoot.
And man, I can, you guys, I can interview FM for about 3 hours if he allowed me, but I know he's limited. So I like to give him, his freedom because he's got things to do. He's got perverts to catch. Mm, okay, you seen that R. Kelly was found guilty,
Right?
was convicted.
Yes.
Um, he says he has a list. What do you think?
I believe him. I believe him. Honestly, think about the times we grew up, Anna. Me and you go back, and age wise. I mean, you seen it, hip hop world. The
Mhm.
drug dealers on the block, young girls walking by. You was one of them young
Mhm.
girls.
Mhm.
We had those friends that wanted to hang out with the older guys or
Yeah.
older girls.
You had
You know,
Strawberry in the neighborhood
so
and all of that. Yeah.
yes, I believe there is a list, even with the Epstein's and yeah, yeah, of course. It takes one to
Well,
know one, right?
you did hear, just FYI, that Alec Baldwin, after after it was released that he was one of the actors on Epstein's Black Book, or the lady, the maiden, or whatever her name is, I can't think of it
Mm.
right now. Um, he because of the attacks that he would have, he deleted his whole Twitter account. So it's just, who would have ever thought Alec Baldwin, such an incredible actor, you know?
Hey, um, again, you see the people we catch. You
Yeah,
know, I catch cops, teachers, lawyers.
yeah.
No, there's no discrimination in it.
Hmm.
So I believe there is a list. Even other rappers used to quote R. Kelly back in the days, if you really paid attention to it. For
Hmm.
people that really paid attention to the hip hop world,
Hmm.
everybody knew R. Kelly was one of those creepers that goes around high schools and looking for young girls. And yeah,
And they all
yeah,
covered him. Hmm. Hmm.
yeah, you heard of it.
Absolutely.
We heard of it. So
And
that I believe there
unfortunately,
is a list.
people like Aaliyah, if you think about it, Aaliyah was really abused. And I think her family supported a lot of that. And it's very unfortunate because she didn't live to tell her entire story. I believe she was abused by more than one of them. I believe there was more than R. Kelly.
Yeah, I believe
She
that
was
like in that whole community. I think Damon Dash
Mhm.
was trying to smash at one point. Like, come on, guys.
It's crazy, man. She was
Like, it
beautiful
is
too,
sick.
but that's
She was
ridiculous.
gorgeous,
Come on.
but she was our age growing up.
Yeah, she
Think
was
about it.
our
She was
age.
our
She really
age.
was our age, and these grown men were after her. Absolutely.
It's it's disgusting. Like I said,
Sickening.
Anna, we grew up in a time, even before our time, it was always like that.
Yeah.
I caught somebody in McDonald's when I was at a job. Oh, I full blasted him. He's lucky I didn't go live on him. Full blasted him in McDonald's. I swear to everything. I swear to my kids. I'm knocking on wood right now. You hear that? I'm knocking on wood. Point blank story. Cut it short. There's a young girl in line. I put my earbud off. He was like, you gotta hang out with guys like us, older men. We'll treat y'all good." I said, "Excuse me? What the hell you just said?"
I know
He
that's
said,
right.
"Yeah." He goes, "You know, Papo." I was like, "What the fuck you talking about, bro? I don't know what you're talking about, man. That's disgusting, bro." I said, "You bet you don't know who I am, huh?" I said, "You don't know who I am, bro."
He knew after that.
Then I went in on him. I said a couple of things. I said, "Bro, check it out. I catch pedophiles, man. Look me up. I'm a
Oh,
Spanish
I
old
wish you
dirty
would have
bastard."
recorded that one. That was
He was a
unexpected.
Spanish. Yeah, it was disgusting. But that's how I used
Mm-hmm.
to do before I started catching, though, Anna.
Hmm.
So
Hmm.
people think I just came out of nowhere doing this. I was exposing dudes in the street just
Yeah,
without a camera, just screaming on them, looking at girls, young girls walking by. You see, these, what the hell y'all looking at, man? What's the
that's
matter with
illegal.
y'all?
Yeah.
Embarrassing. They was
Yeah.
embarrassed. They're
Yeah.
embarrassed. You know,
Now,
disgusting.
I have to ask, they are, they're sick. I have to ask, how can they follow you on your platforms? I always want them to follow you, and I'm gonna post a few videos so you guys see them, and I'm gonna post on there somewhere a link to his Facebook, because you got a group page. Well, I don't know, because I
Yeah,
have him
yeah.
on
You
my
always share
personal
it. Yeah,
page, so
yeah.
it's a
You said
group
no.
page. So
Yeah,
he's got
both.
a group, and I'll add it. I'll like put the link up on the top when I share a video, so you guys also can follow, the actual page, because what he does needs to be commended. If you get a second, just thank him. Just thank him for what he does, because it takes everything to do that. And Papa, I appreciate you. I appreciate what you
I
do.
appreciate y'all. I appreciate everybody that goes out and supports me and others that do this. We appreciate people sharing our content, even though they probably feel funny sharing it because they'll probably get backlash from their friends. Like, so what? Just share it. Who cares? Let them comment on it. Let's share it. Expose people. Who cares if your friends are gonna be like, "Oh, you watch that? Yeah, I watch this." You know what? It's like, you got kids? You should watch it. I tell dudes, you got kids, watch it. If you don't, I understand, but just watch it. Again, just share it, man. You can share my links. You could go to my YouTube channel, New York Creep Spotlight. On Facebook is this Creep Spotlight group page. It's a group page. And on Instagram is creeps_spotlight. And I'll get back to you. I want to make some comments or anything. I'll take the time out to read the DMs and see what's up.
You need TikTok.
No, they keep taking. I heard that the catchers, they take the catchers TikToks down, so it doesn't make sense.
Weird.
Yeah, they don't.
People are reporting it then.
You know what's crazy? But that's a platform for pedophiles. TikTok.
Really?
It's crazy. It's bananas. It's platforms like that don't let us express ourselves.
One of your biggest supporters just said TikTok supports child pornography. You're hearing it from a youngin. So,
Joe, you see, like a perfect example. It takes her group, her generation to make noise. They the ones. They are the future. They got to go out there and be like, yo, this is wrong. Y'all looking at us like we sexual objects. What's the matter with y'all?
Yeah.
It starts with the young. They got to make that noise. And I with the young, like your daughter, share my videos. Tell all your friends. Watch out for creepos like this, because you God forbid,
of course.
God forbid, you meet up with one of these guys and you never come back home.
Mm-hmm.
Remember, it's not also the guys; it's also the kids themselves. There's a lot of kids on these platforms looking for love in the wrong places, and I preach it all the time. It's not also the adults; it's the kids. Yeah. It's also the kids. Absolutely. Take time to know your kids. Know the signs. Communication is the key with your kid. They don't need a friend. They need a parent.
There you go. Absolutely.
They need parents in their lives, Just grab them, shake them up, look at them dead in their eye. Tell them, yo, you love them. I ain't going nowhere. Talk to me. Be a pain in their ass,
They'll thank
you. They will. At the end of the day, they will. They will appreciate it, because one day they're going to be parents.
Yep. And they're going to love their kids just as much as you love them. Yeah. That's right.
Yeah, you have to. You really, really have to. Again, tomorrow I'm just going to go to court. MTA bus driver looking at little boys. His fantasy is...
Follow him for these updates, guys. Follow him. Mm-hmm. I really want...
This MTA bus driver was like, you wear sweatpants? You like sweatpants? You put the book bag over your thing and you see what I'm saying? A bus driver, meaning he's driving and looking in the wrong places though. And please, I advise people to go watch this video, because he was borderline off the radar, meaning mentally slow. Or should I say it like that? I mean,
disabled.
Mentally disabled, somewhat.
What is it?
It's somewhat. He knew the right from wrongs, guys. He even said in the video, I advise y'all to go see it. I had to go undercover because I didn't want to get caught.
So he knew. So
he knew.
Even if you're mentally challenged, disabled, he knew. Because somebody like my son, I don't think he knows right from wrong in that sense.
There's a lot of people that disabled, but again, he knew the difference between right from wrong. What he was doing was illegal. Because this one's one of my best ones too, because this was a different approach for me. This is my first time, second time handling a situation like this, knowing that he was, borderline, whatever. But again, there's a lot of mentally disabled people that know right from wrong that wouldn't even look at a kid.
Yeah.
Seriously, they'd rather talk dirty, nasty to an adult, because we've seen it.
They'd rather be watching cars, like my son. He'd rather be learning about cars, like he's not even interested, So
but again, this goes to parents that have kids that are mentally disabled. Keep an eye on them. Make sure that they are on no social media, because again, their mind capacity. Some are kids.
Yeah,
they don't understand. Some are different than others. Yeah. Please take them off of social media. Check if they are. Make sure they're not in no groups.
Yeah.
Make sure they're not in groups, so they will go to a teen group chat because their
Yeah.
mindset is a teen.
Is
So
it or younger?
please,
Hmm.
please,
You're right.
y'all want to avoid the system and going through all that headaches. Please, parents that have mentally disabled kids, make sure their social media is wiped. Keep an
Yeah.
eye on them. Please, we know it's a disability, but it's again your fault at the end of the day.
Yep.
Y'all
Yeah.
held
Absolutely.
responsible for their actions because you know damn
Absolutely.
well they can't make decisions. So
Absolutely.
please, I'm gonna be rough on the parents. Go and be smart and educate yourselves, man. You know,
Absolutely. That's it. That's me too. Look, I do it with my son.
you have
Every
to.
time he's on social media, I'm right there with him.
You have
So,
to.
there's no
You have to.
secrets.
You
But
have to clone
you'll
their
be
phones.
surprised at the requests my son and my daughter get though from
I can
men.
imagine. I can imagine. We already spoke behind the scenes, like,
Yeah.
you
Hmm.
know, again, these dudes have no chill factor. On social media, the most deadliest ones are on Facebook and Instagram. They will go for 11, 10, 9 year olds and lower and lower. I'm letting people know. I haven't hit those platforms yet with a decoy, but it's coming next year. Um, these men are different, disgusting, different.
Yep.
So I advise parents take your kids out of them group chats. Take them off of social media, man. They don't need it. I
Yeah.
didn't need it. We came out okay.
Yeah.
We good.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Or
So
if you do, you do want them to have it because of family or whatever, be on there with them. Put the restrictions on it. You can put
yeah,
their
clone
age
your
younger.
phone. You could clone their
Absolutely.
phones. You could
Absolutely.
clone their phones. There's apps. There's
Absolutely.
ways you could do things. I don't have all those information, but it's called Google Play Store. You can find apps to clone your kids' phones. If they on your plan, it's automatic. You could get anything they get. So
Yep.
please put those settings on. If they off, put them on.
Yep.
Watch your
Absolutely.
kids. Pay attention.
Absolutely.
Because at the end of the day, God forbid, if they come in the future, come my way, I will make them call you. Then I'm gonna ask you why you ain't paying attention to your kid.
I know that's right. I know
You're damn
that's
right. You're damn right. It starts at home.
Yep. I agree.
Check your
I
kids'
agree.
devices, man. I don't go after 18, 19, 20, 21s, but next year if they hit us on Instagram, like we're gonna take them down and I will have a talking to them. I won't show their face. I will not show their face because they're still babies, but I will give them that talking to, have them held responsible. And
Accountability.
yeah, they're gonna be accountable. Yeah, they have to be
Have to be. I agree.
because these guys are starting off young, man. They really are.
Yeah.
You know, it's a different level. It's a
Yeah.
different level with social media now.
Papa, I hope to have you again really, really soon before the new year. I would love to have you if you're available on New Year's Day for the launching of Divine Radio, and know that you can
Oh, for
always have a
sure,
spot there. And even your
for
catches,
sure.
we can play those.
Yep.
Let me know when you know that. Eso ni me tienes que preguntar porque ya tú sabes que eso es sin hablar. Y se te quiere de gratis, tú sabes eso siempre.
I got you.
So just know that I hope that to see you, and I would love to have you with the shows and I'd like to give an update with certain people at the beginning of the year. So
Right.
if you could, even if you're available on the 1st, I would love to interview you.
Oh,
Whatever
for sure,
that
for sure.
Wednesday is
And I
on my
wanna
schedule.
hopefully get you some links. That's way during the interview we could post them up
Está
for
bien.
survivors, for counseling and other stuff that for
Yeah,
parents and adults that because there's adults that get sexually assaulted. Not only kids,
absolutely.
adults too. So I want to spread awareness on that too. From get some help from any survivors. Again,
And
for the
that's another
survivors,
thing.
there's no deadline right now for survivors
Mhm.
to go against your you know the abuser. So hopefully some of these survivors will come out and speak up and get these dudes locked up too.
And
Hopefully they can find it in them.
And see, one of the things that, because I have a human justice organization as well, and one of the things that I'm going to hit up on 2022 is there's a lot of young ladies and a lot of young men that have been pulled into the sex trafficking world, right?
Yes.
And one of my goals is they'll catch a prostitution charge
Right.
when the whole time they were actually being exploited. So
Right.
I'm going to bring awareness to this because that's kind of like a catch-22. It's kind of like these 16-year-olds dating a 14-year-old, So
Yeah, I mean,
anyways, but
you're right. Because honestly, it goes hand in hand. Because what I do, I go online,
Mhm,
talk to these dudes. These kids do the same thing. Wind up
mhm,
meeting these creeps, never
mhm,
seeing their families ever again, get sex trafficked.
mhm.
It goes hand in hand. So what we both
Absolutely.
do, it's hand in hand. Anything that has to do with kids and exploitation of human traffic, anything,
Yeah.
it goes hand in hand. Because again, I could go catch somebody and I don't even know they down with the human trafficking ring.
Yep. Yeah.
So what we
Absolutely.
do is very effective, and people need to get over it and get on board with
Mhm.
it.
Absolutely, absolutely. And the more support we all get with these different causes, because you're right, it's all like a ring, it's all like a circle,
Yes.
the better it will be to get rid of these sickos, because there's men and women out there. It's disgusting and it pisses me off. But we could
It's
try, but
very
as much
disgusting.
we can get, like for those three that you got, there's 300 out there, and it, or 3,000, so but you did a
Mm,
part because you got some of them out of there, you know what I'm saying, and saved
right.
some children. And that's what I think what's most frustrating for us people that aren't perverts, so
Yeah, because
but
people do thank us because it could be, like I said, we expose teachers. People like
mhm,
thank God. All of a sudden, oh, he looked weird, and all of a sudden, everybody starts talking.
mhm. You should
So
have said something from the beginning. That's how I look at it. You should have just already kind of give a red flag, and but we'll catch
mhm.
them all. We're gonna catch a lot. We'll be
Yeah,
doing a lot together. So hopefully this next year, 2022, is all of our year.
yes, yes. Again, me and you're gonna be talking more behind the scenes, and
Hmm.
you
Hmm.
know, for people that follow me, please go follow Anna. She's a beautiful woman, and her
Hmm.
heart is in the right place. And she's all for the cause, man, for the human rights and all that, man. Like
Yeah.
people need to understand that we come hand in hand in doing this.
Yeah, and I think that's why we get along so well. Pero know that you have my full support. I'm going to be messaging you or calling you sometime today. I'm going to give you a call to see if we can schedule. And like I said, even if you want a spot to air, your catches and stuff, and to give updates when the radio's up and running, you have that. There's no charge on this end.
Well,
Okay.
I got you. I appreciate that. I mean, that's a lot of love. You know me, you always welcome into my community. I spread your videos like wildfire.
I
A lot of
know.
people love you in my community. They was like,
I
"Oh,
know.
she's acting now. What?"
Yeah, yeah. Y'all, I'm doing some of everything. I just got ordained, so I'm able to marry people. I'm doing some of
Oh
everything. A
Lord,
lot
see,
of
don't
hats.
do that. You ready to know how it's gonna end?
I'm like the Jamaicans on the Waynes. I think it was living
Entrepreneur,
color, living color.
you
But
entrepreneur girl.
I'm doing it. I'm doing it. Pero okay, Papa, a huge hug. Siempre se te quiere de gratis, and I will see you guys next week on
Thank
Lunchtime
you
with.
guys. God bless y'all. Stay blessed.
Ciao.